Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? It is currently, let's see, 4:12 p.m. and it's gotten a little bit warmer. It was actually kind of cool when I came out here. Earlier today. It was supposed to be 89 and full sunshine today. It has not been full sunshine. It's been very, very cloudy today. Let me look on the Weather Channel. I'm pulling it up right now. It is 83. It says sunny and feels like 83. It's not sunny out at all. It's very hazy and cloudy today. So, my plan was to go to the pool today once we got back from brunch. But that plan kind of changed. And then I said that if I didn't go to the pool, I was going to make a bunch of videos. But I'm kind of just in the mood to just relax today. And I've actually been quite productive. The last 2 nights, I have fallen asleep really, really early. Last night, I went to sleep. So Alex ended up going out to dinner with his mom last night. He was like, do you want to go get something to eat? And I was like, no. And he was like, do you care if I go like hang out with my mom for a little bit? And I was like, no, not at all. So he went out to dinner with his mom. He was gone like an hour and a half. And then he came back and he was tired and I was tired. So we decided, because he was like texting me like when he was at dinner, and he was like, if I don't get home too late, do you want to watch Scream? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then when he came home, he was like really tired and he got into bed. And so I was like, well, I'm just going to go to bed too. But my plan was to get up and finish watching the documentary on the villages, which I started after I vlogged yesterday, which I'll talk about in just a second. And then I was going to watch Mindhunter. And then actually, my friend across the street, my neighbor, her brother-in-law told me to watch The Night Agent on, I think that's what it's called, on Netflix. So I was going to maybe like try to watch an episode of that too to see what I thought. But I ended up going to bed last night at like 10 o'clock, and I woke up this morning bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at about 6 o'clock in the morning, and woke up for a little bit, and then I was like, you know what, I'm going to go back to bed for a little bit. So I went back to bed for a little bit, then I got up, and Alex was up by that point. So I was like, I'm going to use this time to clean out my closet. Well, I came out here and I had some iced coffee. Right now I'm having leftover coffee from Patashu, macadamia cream. I have to say, this is actually something I was going to talk about on my review channel this week, but something has changed in me. I don't know what it is. And I think maybe it's because I've been drinking more iced coffee that's just like non-flavored. I'm not so much into the flavored coffees anymore. I don't know what it is. Like, whenever I go to like make a cup of coffee, I always just go for like a plain cup of coffee now. Like, I'm not really into like, and maybe it's more of a fall, winter thing that I like the flavored coffees. And in the summer, I like just a plain cup of coffee. But you guys know I love like the blueberry crumble, and maybe I'll fall back into it, you know, a few weeks or something like that. I don't know. But recently, I haven't really been into the flavored coffees as much. I did get this macadamia cream at Patashu today. I'm not a big fan of just like their regular coffee. It's okay, but it's just like not my favorite. So I got the macadamia cream, and it's not super heavy flavored. I mean, there's just a hint of it, but I like the roast of it, so it tastes good. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Lately, I just haven't been like heavy into the flavored coffees. So anyway, Alex was laying in bed with Boo Radley, who we are now, if you didn't watch my video yesterday, referring to. Boo Radley has chosen that he would prefer to be called Lord Boo Radley or Lord Radley of Bridgerton. So he has many events that he has to attend. He has many parties and events in the ton that he has to attend, and he has to wear his little waistcoats and things like that. So very fancy these days. And so that's kind of the ongoing joke between Alex and I, is about Lord Radley of Bridgerton and him attending all of his events in the ton. So like Boo Radley's like in a little circle in the bed, and I'm like, Lord Radley, I'm like, how many events do you have? He goes, oh, I have so many events to attend today. And I'm like, he likes the food and the music, and then Alex will chime in and he'll say, does he like to dance? And I'm like, oh yes, he loves to dance in the ton. He loves to dance in all the events at the ton. So that's kind of been our thing that we've been saying. Because Alex just watched Queen Charlotte. So anyway, So while he was like laying there in bed, before we went to brunch, I like was going through my closet, and I actually went through 2 entire shelves of all of my t-shirts. I've gone through all of my t-shirts that I had in my closet, and bagged up 2 huge bags of t-shirts. I literally, of my t-shirts, I had 2 shelves of like 3 stacks that were jammed in there. Like I couldn't get another t-shirt in there, right? I now have 1.5 like stacks on one shelf. The entire top shelf is completely empty. And I also found my D-squared icon hat that's denim. It was like shoved back in there. I don't know why I would have put it in there. I must have taken it off to try something on, and I just like set it up in there, and then like I lost it forever, but I found that. So, but I found a bunch of shirts. So this is the thing with the shirts, is they are either like ginormous baggy on me, or they fit perfectly. So I ordered these shirts a couple years ago. I think like a year or 2 ago. I can't remember what the website was called, but I got one that has Whitney Houston on it. This one is Madonna. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's Madonna. And then the other one has Whitney Houston as like a cartoon face on it. And so I wore this today to brunch. It doesn't fit perfect. It's still like a little tight, like in my chest area and stuff like that, because, you know, I'm not like lifting weights or working out or anything like that. But I was so excited to fit. Like before, like I couldn't even get into it. It's like baggy on the top and baggy on the bottom, but like in the chest area a little bit. It just kind of like fits weird. I don't know what that is. So I had to like roll up the sleeves, because the sleeves were like really long on it. And I had my little black jean cutoff shorts, Levi's. And, so yeah, I only have like a stack and a half of t-shirts that actually fit. Tanya loves her t-shirts to be like super huge. And so I have like, I think like 1 or 2 Grateful Dead t-shirts that like I had ordered, and like from this online company called Online Ceramics. Andy Cohen had bought some shirts from there and stuff. So I had bought like 2 t-shirts from there that are like really cool tie-dyes that have like Grateful Dead like logos, and not Grateful Dead lyrics and stuff like that. So I have 2 of those that I'm gonna give Tanya, and then I have like a t-shirt hoodie. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's like a t-shirt, but it's like, you know, has like a hood on it and whatever. And I think it's from Cancun. I have like 5 or 6 things, 4 or 5 things that I have like in the kitchen that I've got to fold and put into a bag so I can take to Tanya, because I think that she'll like them. But then other than that, like, yeah, I like bagged up like 2 huge things of t-shirts. And so I went through all the t-shirts. I've gone through all of like my sweatshorts and shorts. And now I just have to go through my sweaters that are in the bottom. And I have like some sweatshirts too. And that's like the only thing I have left in my shelves. And then once I've gone through all of that, which I may finish that today, I have to go through the corner of my closet, which a lot of that I've already started going through. So I don't think I really have that much more to go through. But the thing with that is that those are things I've set aside, because when I gained a lot of weight, they didn't fit. And so they were kind of like in between sizes. So I have to try them on, because each thing is like, some things fit, some things are still a little tight, and some things are way too baggy. So I have to go through each pair of pants, each pair of shorts, you know, it's all pants and shorts pretty much, and see what fits over there, and some swimsuits. So I got to do that. And then I have to go through the racks, and then that's it. And then I have to bring up my stuff from the basement, because I have like a stack of t-shirts in the basement, and I have to put them up in my closet. And then I'm pretty much done with my closet. I can't believe it. I'm really excited about it. I think these racks that I had, where I had underwear, belts, and like scarves and things like that, I think I'm gonna actually use them for like my Birkenstock sandals. I'm just gonna like toss them in there, because then I don't have to keep them out by the bedroom couch. I can just throw them in there and then go get them like whenever I want, because I wear Birkenstocks like literally every single day. So I think that's what I'm going to use those for, and then keep my hats where they are. I was going to put my hats in those racks, but I think I'm going to keep my hats where they are. And then, yeah, I've got like pajama pants and all kinds of stuff that like none of it fits anymore. It's like crazy. So, and then I have to tell you what is also funny is, so I bought these sunglasses. Cool thumbnail for you there. I bought these thumbnails. I bought these sunglasses 2 or 3 years ago. I think it was 3 years ago, when we were in Las Vegas for our anniversary. And I had seen them, and they're at Christian Dior, and I really, really wanted them. I'm like a huge, huge sunglass person, right? But I haven't, like, I think this is the last pair of sunglasses like nice pair of sunglasses that I bought, and they were expensive, and I really, really wanted them, and I looked at them for a long time, and I knew that we were going to Vegas, and they have a Christian Dior store out there, so I was like, well, I'm gonna go look at them at the store before I buy them. So I bought them, and so I don't know if you can see, but they're like stretched out because my head was so much, they still fit and they're okay, and Alex is like, let's just take them to Sunglass Hut, and then they can like bend them back. But I have like, because my head was so heavy, or it was so big, like I bent them out. Do you guys see this? When they're supposed to be like this, and they're like this. So we're gonna take them to Sunglass Hut and get them, but I still love these sunglasses so much. I was wearing them earlier today, so that was what made me think about that. So it's weird, it's like my hats are also fitting differently on me. They're fitting like more comfortably, and I've had to like move the thing in the back. My hair does not look great, so, but like these things in the back, I've had, like I used to have them on 3, and now I have them on 2. So they're fitting like a little bit better, which I'm excited about. And so like a lot of the hats that didn't look right on me before, they're fitting. And I got on the scales today, and in like the last 2 to 3 days, I've lost like 3.5 pounds, which I haven't been eating anything differently. And so the only thing that I can think of is that A, I've been eating a lot earlier. I've been eating between like 6 and 8, and B, that I've been going to sleep a lot earlier and sleeping through the night. I think those are the only 2 things that are different. So that has to be contributing to some of my weight loss in the last couple days, because I mean, it's not like, well, I mean, I went to the pool yesterday and stuff like that, but it's not like I'm super active when I'm in the pool, like swimming laps or anything, you know what I mean? But so whereas I had gained weight, I'm now like past that lowest weight that I was before. I think like today I was like 203.1 or 2 or something like that. I think I'm like the lowest weight I've been. So yeah, I've lost like that weight that I gained back, but. And usually on Sundays when I eat brunch, if I like get hungry later, I might eat something. Like last Sunday I was so hungry later that I ate some of my like leftover piata. But like right now I'm really full. Alex was like, you must have been hungry today. And I was like, yeah, I was. Because he was like, you ate all your omelet. And I ate like half a bagel, like almost all of the bagel. I ate like half of it and then like half of the other half of the bagel with cream cheese. But I was really like hungry today when we went to brunch. So, all right, so this is the deal. So I started watching that Villages documentary, which by the way, I just want to tell you that my cousin Caroline and several other people have told me about Shiny Happy People, which is about the Duggars. Caroline has texted me now about it twice. She texted me about it last night, and she said Shiny Happy People about the Duggar cult is so good, or is good. And then, oh no, that was today she texted me, and last night she texted me, Shiny Happy People, so good. So she texted me twice. I was telling her that I was like tired earlier, and I thought maybe I got too much sleep, and she's like, well, get outside and get some vitamin D, go to the pool, and stuff like that. I was like, well, I think that's kind of like what made me so tired yesterday. But anyway, I don't know how to figure it out. Several other people have told me that this Shiny Happy People about the Duggars, I think it's on Amazon Prime, is like so good, so I might watch that tonight. But I started watching the documentary about the Villages last night, which is so funny because I was telling my neighbors across the street about it. Well, it was my neighbor on the corner, and it was like my neighbors across the street, and so she came over and we were talking about like us hearing this guy talk about the Villages, and they knew about the Villages. And so the guy, the husband, he like looks up on his phone on YouTube. There's like, and people had said this on my vlog, and he pulls up this whole channel that's dedicated to, it's called like the Villages Florida Newcomers or something. It's like an entire channel with this couple, and it's all dedicated to the Villages, okay? So apparently all these people are talking about the Villages, and this channel had like 50-some thousand subscribers on it. It was like getting like 30,000 views per video and stuff, and there's all these people just talking about like their week at the Villages. So I started watching this documentary last night. I got about halfway through it before I like wanted to lay down with Alex and stuff. And when I got up, I was going to watch it, but then I didn't. I slept through the night. But it's really sad. Like, Caroline had kind of painted this picture that there was like a lot of partying and like they talk about swingers and stuff in there. And so I thought, okay, this is going to be kind of like a wild documentary. It's really not. Like, it follows like 3 or 4 people that live there. One woman, like her husband died like the year that she moved in there. And it's been like 11 years and she just wants to go home back to Massachusetts. And she's lost like all of her savings and so she can't afford to move. The other thing that I've learned from several people is that it's extremely expensive to live in the villages, which I didn't know. Tanya was telling me about that today. And so her story is kind of sad, and she's like, she works at the villages, and she's like, yeah, I don't really like, she's like, it's not what I thought it would be. It's not this fantasy land that everybody talks about it. And then this other couple, they've been married like 47 years, and like, it shows them at the beginning, like this like video clip of them, and they're like standing there, and they literally look so miserable. They're like this. And like, and then they, like, there's a voiceover and it's like, yeah, we've been married 47 years and we love living in the villages and it's the happiest we've ever been. And they look like the most miserable people in the entire world. And he's like real into like meditation and like drugs. Like, I think it's like peyote. I don't really know what it is. I can't really tell. And she's into like pickleball and stuff. They haven't really got deep into their story, but they just kind of seem real sad to me. And then there's this guy that lives in his van, and he's like older, and he plays music at these bars and stuff, and like his goal is to meet like an older woman that has a lot of money that will let him move in with her. And like you can tell these women kind of know what he's up to, right? And so it's just kind of sad. It's just like, it doesn't, like, they paint this picture of like all these clubs and all this kind of stuff, and the clubs are like marching band and like belly dancing, and this one club is like all these women that are named Elaine, and I don't know, it doesn't, it's weird because like you can tell like a lot of the people are like younger, like right at 60, and then there are a lot of people that are like 85, 90 in there, right? But they're all talking about it being like this Disneyland for like older adults and whatever. But they don't, any of them seem that happy to me. Like, it's really sad. So I don't know. Like, I'm gonna have to keep on watching the rest of the documentary. And maybe it's just the perspective of the people that are filming the documentary. I don't know. But it doesn't seem like super happy to me. So we're having our neighborhood pool party today. My neighbor is putting it on. I think they just walked down there because I think I saw them come out of their garage. My neighbor's on the corner, she's on the board, and I was asking her, and she's like, we're not going. And I was like, you're not going to go? And she was like, no. And she was like, we decided we were just going to stay in and relax and watch TV. And then my neighbors across the street, who, like, they don't really typically go to a lot of stuff, they are going to it. And they're like, we keep on changing our minds. Like, we're going to go, we're not going to go, and whatever. But apparently it's like an hour, and, like, they just, like, cook out food and whatever. And all these people are like, you should come down for just a little bit and whatever. So I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll wander down there. I think it starts at 5, and it's currently 4:30. Maybe I'll wander down there for, 20 minutes and eat some potato salad and say hi to everybody and be a friendly neighbor and then come back. But, it's kind of even though it's still warm outside, it kind of, like, feels cooler today, and it's been cooler, like, I don't know, than it has the last couple days. So I have a feeling that quite a few people will probably turn out for it, but it's not like a wild pool party where everybody like gets in the pool and stuff like that. Like, they all just like stand around and they like grill out food, and people bring stuff. Let me pull you a little closer. People like bring stuff like cookies and brownies and chips and salads and stuff, and then everybody just kind of like pitches in and like, eats and whatever. So, but it's the annual pool party. I don't think I've ever been to it. Maybe once. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised I'm not seeing people walk down there already, because usually people like walk down there early and they're like, they pull their... I was telling my neighbors across the street, I said, this is so funny because maybe we're kind of like the villages and we don't even know. And I said, we should start these rumors. There's a bunch of swingers in the neighborhood and stuff like that. And they're like, who would believe us? And I said, listen, Linda, I can start the rumors and people will believe us. I said, because apparently like in the villages, if you have like an upside down pineapple like on your door, that means you're a swinger. I said, I'm going to put an upside down pineapple on our door, but tell people that we only swing with other gay couples. which there's no other gay couples in the neighborhood. I don't think there's any other gay couples for like a 10-mile radius around us probably. But anyway, and no, we're not swingers, okay? Just not that hey, you do you. If you're swingers and you enjoy that lifestyle and you're part of the, what do they say? They're part of the life and all that kind of, do you, okay? Like, hey, I hope it works for you and all that kind of stuff, but we're not. We're very traditional, and all that. So, but, and it was funny because my neighbors across the street, they're like, well, that was one of the reasons that we moved in here, because we wanted to move in someplace that was kind of like, which is so funny because like my neighbor is 20. I thought she was 28, but she's 27. Alex said she was 27. And like, I mean, Alex is going to be 39. I'm, going to be 51. And we're like the youngest ones in the entire neighborhood. And they across the street, they're like, that was one of the reasons we moved into the neighborhood, because we didn't want to move into an assisted living program. We still wanted to have a lot of freedom. I wanted my garden to work in, or to be able to work in and things like that. And we wanted to be able to walk up and down and come and go as we wanted. But we wanted to be somewhere where it was kind of like a secluded, like older neighborhood, which this definitely is. And she was like, and so when my friend reached out to me and said that there was one available in here, that's like why we kind of like, grabbed it and bought it. And, there is some HOA drama going down, but I can't talk about it on here. I know, but I can't. Like, it's deep secrets of the world. I can't say anything about it. I wish I could, though, because you guys would get a huge kick out of it. Like, it's, like, big drama. Like, everybody's talking about it, and everybody's, like, real upset about it. I mean, but, like, it doesn't affect me. And I could really care less about it. I'm trying... How could I say it in a way that would... It's like somebody is kind of, like... Okay, from an HOA board point of view, okay, somebody is misappropriating their power. But it doesn't affect me or anything that Alex and I do, so like we could care less about it, but I just love listening to it because all these people get really, really upset because it kind of does affect them. But even though it affects them, it's not like, I mean, if I told you guys like what it was, like you'd be like, this is why people are so upset. Like that they're like, I mean, like everybody is talking about it, right? But it is kind of funny because like people get like so, I mean, I understand why they're upset about it because it affects them, but like it's not like they're upping the HOA prices $100. It's nothing like that, right? Like it's nothing like they're demanding that, like you only do this or you only do that. I mean, it's like, it's something that's so funny. It just, but like people are really upset about it. So there's a lot of like HOA drama going around the community right now. Which is one reason why I should go to the pool party, because I know that the person will be there, and I like to kind of see how like everybody's interacting with them. But I will say that this might open a position on the HOA board, which would then be my apropos moment, because I love the word apropos, would be my apropos moment to volunteer my services to be on the board. But this is the only thing, is that their role on the board is not a role that I want. So I don't really know. Like, this is the thing about the board that's so funny. So there's like, I think like 6 positions on the board. It's like president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, and then it's like landscaping, like person, director, and then it's like director of like recreation. It's like, those are the 6 positions, right? But like everybody like that's on the board, with the exception of my neighbor across the street and my neighbor next door. Well, maybe recreation isn't part of the board because I don't think she goes to the board meetings. So I don't know what the 6 positions are, but anyway, they're like all like, they kind of like carry the same weight. It's not like the president has any more weight than like the secretary or anything like that. So like people, like, there are some people on there that are more vocal than others, and you always hear about it like after the board meetings and stuff. People will be like, oh my God, did you go to the board? I'm like, no, because apparently like everybody from the neighborhood, the board meetings are like open to the entire neighborhood, and they're held at like some church, and so like everybody, they're like once a month, and like everybody goes there, and you can like sit there and listen to these board. Who'd care? I'm starting to think that maybe I do though, and I need to show up for these board meetings and listen to like all of the nonsense that's going on, because apparently it's a little bit exciting. Alex just laughs at me when I tell him this stuff. He's just like, why do you care about this? And I'm like, I don't know, but it kind of makes the neighborhood interesting, But whenever I get wind of this stuff, I always ask like my neighbors that walk, like I know the ones to ask, and I'll be like, because there are like some people that are real tight-lipped, like they won't talk about anything, but then there's like other people that like, they'll tell you anything that you want to know. And so like if you say to them like, oh, I heard that there was some like drama at the board meeting the other day, and they'll be like, did you hear about that? And I'll be like, no, what happened? They'll be like, Judy Smith, I don't even know what to say. I don't know what she was thinking, but she's lost it. I'm like, well, what happened? And they're like, she's very upset. And then I'll be like, well, what's she so upset about it? And then they'll go on, and it's like, I love it. I love every minute of it. It cracks me up. Alex, no interest in it whatsoever. He could care less about all of it. Which I totally understand, because when I tell my friends, like Tanya, she's like, why do you care about that stuff? I'm like, because it's so much fun. It's like living in a documentary or a reality show or something. It cracks me up. Like, I don't know if I should say this or not, but there's like certain things that are frowned upon in the neighborhood. Do you guys hear that noise? I'm opening and closing my coffee cup. And so my neighbor across the street with the gardens, who is hilarious, and I love her, but like, she kind of like to some degree likes to antagonize some of these people that like get so angry with this stuff. I don't even know if I should tell this or not, but anyway. Oh well, it doesn't matter. She wouldn't care. She'd think it was hilarious if I was telling it. So like, one of the things is that people don't love pink flamingos, and she got 2 pink flamingos, but I was over there today and she's got 2 smaller ones too, and she's like, yeah, I just thought that I'd add to my collection. She's like, so she's got these 2 pink flamingos right behind her mailbox over there. She just knows there are certain people that walk by and they look at them and they go, ugh. I love that so much. See, it's like us right here in the corner. Like, we like, listen, we like are the ones that like laugh at the rest of it. It's so funny to me. There's some people in here that like take this stuff. I mean, you can't even really see them, but like, there's some people in here that they take stuff so seriously. Like, her garden is absolutely beautiful, and it looks like this like English like country garden, you know, whatever. And this one person in the neighborhood, like when she walked by, she like talked to me about it, and she was like, I said something about, I go, well, her garden is gorgeous, and you know, she's a master gardener and all this kind of stuff. And she turned, she looked at it, and she goes, ridiculous. And I told my neighbor across the street, she goes, she can get over it because it's just going to get bigger as the summer goes. I love it so much. It's so funny because, so, look, I was explaining to her brother-in-law yesterday. He was like, so what do you do on YouTube? And she's like, well, he's always sitting on his front, was it her that said it, or her husband? Something about me always sitting on the front porch filming videos or whatever. And so he's like, oh, so do you do like live streams? And I was like, no, like I haven't done live streams in a long time, because he like knew what live streams were apparently. Obviously, since he's asking the question, I was like, no, like I just film like videos and then I upload them onto like my vlog channel when I'm sitting on my front porch. And he was like, oh, well, that's interesting. And he's like, so you're not getting like live comments and stuff like as you're talking? And I was like, no. Like, I was telling him about like talking about the neighbors and whatever, and like the neighbors coming and like they can hear, you guys can hear them in the background and whatever. And she was laughing, and she was like, I love it. She's like, we all love it that we're like in your vlogs and like nobody knows who we are and stuff like that, you know. And so she was like, and people ask me all the time, they're like, do your neighbors watch your vlogs? No, they don't watch my vlogs. No, they don't care that they're in my vlogs. No, they don't care that I talk about them. They all know. I've told all of them. They all know. They know the stories that I tell about them. They all know it. People are always like, you shouldn't be talking about your neighbors, blah, 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 blah. They don't care. They don't care at all. They think it's hilarious, okay? So anyway, but I was thinking, like, oh my God, how much fun would it be if I just sat out here, like maybe once a month or something for like 2 hours and did a live stream, like while my neighbors were walking by, and told stories about my neighborhood. Like, that would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Like, that would be so funny. My one neighbor, well, she's been on some videos of mine, some review videos. My neighbor across the street, like, he's been like, I want to be in some of your videos. I'm like, no. Like, I'm so protective of people. Like, I don't want people to, like, be in videos of mine that, you know, like, I don't want it to, you know, pure Monn haters out there, so I don't want to bring them any negativity or anything like that, you know? I love my neighbors. They're so nice. I just feel so blessed to have the neighbors that I do. She walked over here earlier. She's getting ready to go to the grocery store, so she asked me if I need anything from the grocery store, the one in the corner. And I was like, no, I'm good. And she's making taco salad tonight. She was telling me all about her taco salad that she was going to make. And she was like, we had so much fun at the pool yesterday with you and Alex. We need to go up there more often. I said, I totally agree. I said, Alex is off every Saturday and Sunday now, because before, you know, he like had to work a lot of Saturdays, and he's not working Saturdays anymore. And so I said, we need to go up there a lot more, like on the weekends and stuff. And then it was crazy because my neighbor next door, she was like, they're not like big pool people. Actually, he said he would go if they had a diving board, which we don't have a diving board, but he was like, the diving board's the only reason to go to the pool. And I was like, now what do you do? He's like, I love to dive. He was like, I was on a diving team back in high school and all this kind of stuff. He's like, I love to dive. He's like, I'd still be diving today if they had a diving board up there, but they don't. So, but they were asking me, or she was asking me, she said, now, is it busier during the week than it is on the weekends? And I said, you know what is so strange about you asking that is, I said, I was just thinking that yesterday, because yesterday it was pretty busy up there. And I said, and last summer, if I remember it stopped. And I said, and last summer, if I remember it correctly, it was like the week was really busy, but the weekends were like dead, like there was nobody there. And I don't know if it's because a lot of the people go, so, okay, like outside of our condo community, I had forgotten this is what they call it. So if you're inside the community, it's called Category 1. If you're outside the community, it's called Category 2. But it's only for the people that are on the lakes. But they still have to pay an HOA fee because they're on the lakes, and so it's part of lake maintenance. And so they pay like a reduced rate. We pay $452 a month. I think they pay something like $175 or something to maintain the lakes and stock them with fish and things like that. And so the people that live like outside of our community, like in the houses, but live on the lake, they pay an HOA fee. Well, since they pay an HOA fee, they get to use the pool, they get to use the tennis courts, and all that kind of stuff, right? Which is fine, I don't care. But it's typically them that use the pool, because it's usually, I would say, 35 to 45-year-old parents that have kids that are, you know, elementary school age and things like that. And so they're the ones that are bringing their kids to the pool typically. It's usually, like, it's not a lot of people from the neighborhood that go to the pool, except for, like, us right here. And, my neighbor next door, she uses the pool quite a bit too. And so it's usually the people outside the neighborhood that use the pool and bring their kids to it. And I think what happened maybe last year was that, just from like talking to them, and like I actually met a woman the other day at the pool that lives on the outside, and she and I were like talking about books and stuff. We became friends. I told Alex, I said, I made a new friend today. So anyway, but just from like hearing the parents talk and whatever, like to me or to other parents, like their kids are usually in camps throughout most of the summer. Like I think like yesterday at the pool, and I was just like listening to people talk, it was like 2 or 3 of the parents were like, oh yeah, like our kids start camps like next week. And so I think a lot of the kids that go to the pool like in the summer, like we don't see them because they're in camps, like the older that they get. And then on the weekends, I think a lot of these people in the neighborhood surrounding us, like they have like family lake houses, or they go out of town to visit people, or they have like traveling sports team trips and stuff like that, like my nephews do. And so some neighbors walking that I've never seen before. So you don't really like see a lot of people on the weekends. It's usually during the week that there's a lot of people at the pool, because like moms bring their kids up there, you know, during the week. And it's usually between the hours of like, because my neighbor in the corner was telling me that she and her friend that I know, because I met her through going to the pool with her, they go up there like 3 times a week, but they go up there at like 10 o'clock in the morning, and she said it's pretty dead until like 12 or 1. And so then the moms bring their kids up there, like I'd say like 12:31, and then they're there till about 3 or 3:30, and then they leave. So in the morning it's pretty dead, and then in the late afternoon it's pretty dead during the week. But last year, maybe it was the year before, I don't remember, but anyway, it must have been the year before, because that was when I was really active at the pool. I feel like during the week, it was like pretty crazy busy. Like a lot of people were bringing their kids up to the pool, and there were a lot of people at the pool. And then in the weekends were like dead. Like Alex and I would like drive up there on like a Sunday after brunch, and they'd be completely dead. There would be like nobody there whatsoever. So yeah, I can't believe there's nobody walking up to the, I mean, it's 4:46 and there's nobody walking up to the pool yet. Here's some people walking down the street. It's like 4, they look like middle school girls walking down the street. If they go to the pool, they're about to get a surprise, because it's about to be a retirement convention up there at the Villages, and they're going to be someone at the pool party. And even yesterday, like, it was pretty crowded yesterday, because because like Alex said something, he was like, I didn't realize there were gonna be that many kids up here, and I'm like, you have no idea. Like going to like Caroline's pool, like I mean it is packed, and it is like every chair is taken. Although Caroline was like, Memorial Day is the only day that's like the packed whatever, but like when I went with her, it was pretty busy. There were a lot of people in the pool, and there were a lot of kids. Like our pool is never like that, and our pool is probably half the size of Caroline's pool. I mean, she has like a community pool, like it's like a rectangle, you know. Our pool's probably half the size. It's like, you know, like a kidney-shaped pool that you'd have in your like backyard or something like that. And it's, I mean, there's always space to get in the pool. It's never that busy. There's always free chairs. There's always free tables. It's never really like that crazy. So it's nice. A lot of people at the Villages play the pickleball, which I don't think should surprise anybody. I was watching that. They were like playing pickleball at the Villages. I was telling my neighbor across the street, I said, you know, people at the Villages play the pickleball. And he goes, yeah, I'm not surprised. He goes, I don't think that's the life for us. I go, yeah, I don't think so either. So, I don't know what we're going to do tonight. Maybe watch that movie. Alex asked me at brunch if I wanted to watch that movie, and I said, yeah, we can watch it tonight. I've been like kind of tired since I got up, even though, I mean, I felt rested, but like I'm like physically like kind of like tired. It was interesting because a lot of people were saying that maybe the reason why I got like a full night's sleep was because I had taken that magnesium stuff the 2 nights before that. I don't really, to be honest with you, I'm not trying to disagree with people, but I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think the reason why I've been so tired the last 2 nights was because I laid down to take a nap so incredibly late, number one. Number two, Alex has gone to bed for the evening, so like when I wake up from my nap, it's like pitch black in our, you know, room because we have like blackout curtains, and he's asleep for the night. He has the sound machines on and like the fans going and everything like that. And the third thing is I've been more active the last couple days, you know, going to the pool and being outside and doing this and doing that than I have been. So I think it like made me more tired. I think that has to do with it. Although I will tell you that yesterday, I didn't even open the package, but my melatonin came and the other sleep aid came. Obviously I didn't take them because I was laying down to take a nap. I can fall asleep pretty easily from naps, although I feel like recently, like, especially if Alex is like watching TV, I just kind of like toss and turn, but it's still relaxing to me just to lay there with the fan on and just kind of like relax a little bit. But so I don't know, we might watch that movie tonight. I definitely want to finish The Villages, and then I also want to watch part of Manifest, because my goal was to finish Manifest this weekend. I wanted to watch like 4 episodes last night and like 4 or 5 episodes tonight and be like done with it. Oh, I've got From comes on tonight too, the new episode of From. So I've got all kinds of stuff that I've got to watch tonight. Plus we have marriage counseling tomorrow, which means I have to get ready and I have to leave here. So I'll have to get up early to start filming videos. I've already got my drama video already figured out for what I'm going to do tomorrow, and then I'll probably film a Peterisms video. And then Alex gave me a suggestion for a review video to do that I'm going to do tomorrow. So that's 3 videos that I'll make and my vlog. I may film my vlog after I come home from marriage counseling. What time do we have marriage counseling tomorrow? I need to look and see. If it's at 5, unless I get up super early. Yeah, it's at 5 o'clock tomorrow, which means I have to leave here at 4 o'clock, which means I have to start getting ready about 3:30. So, God, I hope I can get those videos done. Well, depending on how productive I am or whatever. But like the Scream movie's not going anywhere either, so if we decide not to watch that tonight, we can watch it like one night this week or something like that. We could watch it tomorrow night after we get back from marriage counseling. But yeah, I'll probably have to vlog tomorrow night. Well, I may. Well, it'll just depend on how my day goes tomorrow, what time I get up, how I feel. And I mean, I may like be up and early and rested and doing stuff, and so I might get my vlog done before, or I may wait till I get home afterwards. If I wait till I get home afterwards and I just don't feel like doing it, because that'll be like 6:30 or 7, then I may skip tomorrow, because I haven't skipped yet in a couple weeks, but we'll just wait and see. Just play by the seat of my pants, or fly by the seat of my pants, what's the saying? We'll see how things go. I hear people talking and walking. Are they walking this way? Or are they walking the other way? They're kind of fading away, so I think they're walking that way. Welcome to my life of sitting on the front porch. My excitement of trying to figure out which direction people are walking in. And then I told Alex to watch Missing, Searching, and Run, and he hasn't started those. Eric, I was talking to Tanya's husband Eric last night, and he was telling me, well, he said Mother with Jennifer Lopez, I think it's called Mother or Mom, is really, really good thriller. And then there was something else that he told me to watch. Now I don't remember what it was called, but it was a movie on Netflix. And he was like, have you seen it? And I said no. And he said, you should watch this, it's really good. Hold on a second, let me see. Oh my god, and somebody just commented about this on my vlog. To Leslie, which was up for an Academy Award that's about alcoholism, is on Netflix. It must have just come out. You guys, it is one of the best movies I've ever seen. It's very, very sad, but it ends on like a hopeful note. It is one of the best movies I've seen. You guys gotta watch it. And I'm gonna start watching Firefly Lane this summer too. The Mother is what is the movie that I was asking about. Eric also watches Heartland. He loves that show so much. What was the show that he told me? The Night Agent was what her brother-in-law told me to watch. What was Eric telling me to watch that he said was really good on... Somebody messaged me about Virgin River and said it was like a really good, it was like, they tagged me in it or something, like how it's like a little known, like always like trending at #1 show or something like that, which it never is trending at #1 on Netflix. But I started to watch it. I didn't dislike it. I like downloaded like 4 episodes on some trip that we went on. I feel like this was like a year ago or something. No, because we weren't traveling a year ago. So it would have been maybe for New Year's last year when we went to Mexico. And I started watching it, and I got like an episode in, and I just really I was like if I had nothing else to watch, like I think that this would be a show that I would like, but having other things to watch, I was like, no, I don't know that I'm really into that. Who is being so loud? There is no necessity for that. Oh, it's my neighbor across the street. They're getting an Amazon package. I don't want to have to like turn this off, and so I'm trying to talk louder than the Amazon guy he's got his music playing super, super loud, and I don't want it to copyright my video, so I'm trying to talk louder than the music. Can you tell? Okay, let's go through the shows. Oh, #1 TV show in the United States today is Manifest, because it just came out. And then #2 is FUBAR. #3 is Fake People. #4 is All American. #5 is SWAT. #6 is The Ultimatum. #7 is Heartland. #8 is Lorena Del Sur. #9 is Queen Charlotte. And #10 is The Days. Okay. And then the movies, let's see if this is the ones that Eric was talking about. #1 is We're the Millers. #2 is To Leslie. #3, Boss Baby. It's a cartoon. #4 is The Choice. #5 is Funny People. #6 is Missing. #7 is Unleashed. #8 is A Man Called Otto. #9 is The Mother. And #10 is Angry Birds. So I don't know what he was talking about. Some show that he was telling me to watch. What was it called that he told me to watch? Can you guys still hear that music? Like, he is like, this music is like blasting. That's my neighbor that always walks with the poodle and his wife. And he was driving back. So he must have driven down to the pool party and was driving back to get something. I wish I could remember what this movie was called that Eric told me to watch. I almost wrote it down too, but then I was like, no, I'll remember it when I get on Netflix. Now I can't remember what it was called. Top picks for Peter. Yeah, I don't remember what it was called now. Take Us to Your Leader. There's all of these that are about UFOs. Roswell. I used to watch the old Roswell. Extension. Top Secret UFO Projects. Alien Worlds. Another Life. Oats Studios. Rim of the World. Ancient Aliens. The Thing. Night Flyers. Lost in Space. Chose. You know, I've never seen the movie The Thing. Apparently they're making a Thing too. John Carpenter is. Critically acclaimed TV shows. Everybody keeps on telling me to watch Beef, and I just don't really know that I think it's like my kind of thing. Why can't I find what this movie is that Eric told me to watch? I think the other thing about here's Virgin River, the other thing, so I got to episode 2, halfway through episode 2. The other thing is, there's 4 seasons. How many episodes per season? 10? I might start watching it. We'll have to see. I don't know. I have to watch the first episode over again because I don't remember anything that happened. What's coming out on Netflix? The Idol comes out tonight on HBO. Catching Killer Season 3. I've never watched that. Cold Case Files. The Unexplained with William Shatner. Arnold, about Arnold Schwarzenegger. Take Care of Maya. This is a documentary. Run, Rabbit, Run. I think that was a really famous book about people with dissociative identity disorder, which used to be called multiple personalities. I've heard really good things about that. Alone, Season 9. I've never even heard of it before. The Playing Card Killer. June 9th. When Missing Turns to Murder, June 14th. I'm kind of skimming through these to tell you guys the ones that look interesting to me. There's not a lot that looked that interesting to me. Oh, now it's gone off from coming soon to everyone's watching. Oh, apparently everyone is watching Firefly Lane. The Midnight Club, I still haven't watched that. Victim Suspect. I actually have thought about watching that. And Earthstorm was another one that I was going to watch. The Night Agent was the one that he was telling me to watch. I don't know, maybe I'll watch that. We'll see. What's The Volcano? Huh. I guess there's all kinds of things I have to watch. Who knew, right? Tonight, like I said, I have From to watch. TV shows I'm watching. I could watch Fear the Walking Dead, High Desert, I've already watched this week, Below Deck, and Real Housewives of Atlanta. It comes on tonight, too. From Season 2, I've got that new one to watch tonight. RuPaul's Drag Race, we're already caught up on that, on Manifest. There was some show that, oh, I know what it is that I wanted to put on my list. Watch TV shows. I wanted to put on here The Villages, but I'm not done with that yet. And it's not called The Villages, it's called Heaven Knows I'm Lonely Now, or something. Some kind of heaven. Because I keep on getting it confused with the movie Some Kind of Wonderful with Eric Stoltz, which, did you ever see him in the movie The Mask with Cher, which I loved. But I loved the movie Some Kind of Wonderful. Oh my god, that was such a great movie back in the day. It reminded me of me and my best friend in high school. Anyway, well, I feel like whenever I sit out here, I constantly hear bumblebees. There's a bumblebee right there. Little small one. Do you hear it? Or is that a fly? I can't tell, it's going so fast. Sounds like a fly. Fly goes by. Yeah, I can't believe my neighbors, I haven't seen them come out yet to go to the party. That's crazy because they said they were definitely going to the party, and it's 5:02, so I bet they decided that they were not going to the party. I haven't really heard anybody. I haven't seen anybody walk by except for the kids, and this one guy and I think it was his mom that like I've never seen in this neighborhood before. So I haven't seen anybody walk down to the party. I don't hear the party. I think the neighborhood party started. Let me look and see. I feel like it started at 5. Today. Melissa took her niece to go see Taylor Swift in Chicago this weekend. So Melissa's niece graduated from Clemson, and they're like doing all this stuff to like, you know, celebrate and whatever. And I think she got like straight A's and honor roll or dean's list at Clemson and all this kind of stuff. And so they took her to Las Vegas and a friend, and then she took her to the Taylor Swift concert because she really wanted to do that. And Melissa posted, "Nothing ages you more than coming out of the Taylor Swift concert and seeing multiple signs that say parent pickup." She had a blast though. It looked like she was having such a good time. Oh, Stephanie on the Vloggerinos group posted that her fur baby passed away. She said goodbye to my best friend today. Oh, Stephanie, I'm so sorry. What a cutie. Oh, wow. That makes me so sad. I'm so sorry. I wish there was a little bit of a cooler breeze going on out here. Because now, like I said, it was cooler, and now it's starting to feel like it's warm, super warm again. Maybe it's from me drinking this hot coffee and I need to be drinking some iced coffee instead. Probably. I remember back in the day when I would say stuff about like drinking hot coffee and people would say, or versus iced coffee, and I'd get so hot and they would say, if you want to cool down, I don't remember who used to tell me this, but people would say, if you want to cool down, drink hot coffee in the summer because it'll cool you down because it's hotter temperature. Okay, I don't know that I think that that's true. I don't believe that that's true at all because this hot coffee is making me hotter. There's my test right there. I don't believe that to be true. I do have to say that I know a lot of people like really miss the old vlogs and stuff like that, but I love just sitting here in this chair and talking to you guys and like just watching my neighborhood and watching the fluff float by and all this kind of stuff. You'll love it. My neighbor walked over today and she was like, "I can't believe your flowers are still doing so well." I said, "I know, and I only water them like every 2 or 3 days." It was every other day, now it's like every 2 or 3 days. And she's like, "They're doing fantastic." She called this something, this blue flower right here. I can't remember what she called it. But she said, "I'm so surprised it's doing so well," she said, "because usually it doesn't last this long in the summer." And she said, they're like developing new kinds that try to like last throughout the summer. She's like, "But usually it doesn't do that." And I was like, "Yeah, it's doing really, really well." I wish the little yellow flowers that were in there were more of them, but I'm happy that it's doing as well as it. I mean, it's definitely looks better than when I got it at Costco. And somebody said these are impatiens, not peonies, which I guess they are. And they are just doing fantastic. In fact, if I repotted them in bigger pots, which the Costco pots that they come in are really nice, so I don't want to do that. And I'm not like the queen of, or king of repotting when it comes to that anyway, I think, as we all know. So I don't want to necessarily do that. But if I did, I think they would be even bigger because they're kind of like huge in those pots. But the pots that they're in are like these really nice, I don't know if you can see this, but they're like these really nice like black pots. So I don't really want to repot them because the pots that they come, that's one of the reasons why I like buying the containers or the pots that are already pre-made from Costco, because the pots that they come in are so pretty already that like you don't need to, you know, redo them and stuff. Anyway, well, I'm gonna get off here now. My hat's crooked. I'm gonna get off here now and go inside and see what my husband is doing and start getting this vlog up. And I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Sunday and that you are getting refreshed, renewed, rejuvenated, and relaxed for the week ahead. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And remember these 3 very important things. 1, you can start your day over whenever you want. 2, practice random acts of kindness. You can start your week over too if you want, but it's the very end of the week. 2, practice random acts of kindness, but shh, don't tell anyone. And 3, most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. Sunday is a perfect day to do that. It's such a homey, cozy day to just text somebody and be like, hey, just wanted you to know I was thinking of you. It's as simple as that. And like I always say, you might be putting a smile on their face, you might be cheering them up, you might be making them happier, and you might be making them feel more hopeful about themselves, you know? And also, be kinder to one another, love one another a little bit more, and most importantly, be kinder and love yourselves a little bit more. It all starts with you. And I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.